Hey there, Emmy fans. Welcome to a brand new FYC. A little late to the party when it comes to our post-Emmy show, but better late than never. The show must go on, and we are back. The Emmys have happened, and I think overall, we did okay for our very, very first Emmy predictions here. I'm joined, of course, by the amazing Perri Nemiroff and the mighty Jeff Snyder. Overall, Perri, what was your take on the Emmys as a show?
First, I should point out the reason why we're so late is because all three of us have been film festivaling for a little while. Like we're getting a jump on Oscar season. That's the only reason that this recap episode is late, because we're working our butts off on the next stage of FYC. But I was a little sad that I didn't get to watch the ceremony and participate in the fanfare. I think that was like a little bit of a bummer, even though I was having a blast at TIFF. And not to veer towards only negatives right now, but where was my Yellow Jackets love? And I really wanted Squid Game to take that drama series award, but obviously I knew Succession had a very good shot of winning it. Succession is a fantastic show, but I really wanted Squid Game to take the top prize there.
How about you, Jeff? What's your take on the Emmys as a show, as a whole?
Didn't watch a single second of it. Haven't even watched a single clip. Didn't even watch video of the Jimmy Kimmel Quinta Brunson thing.
Okay.
I did see
all right. I was there. I missed out on TIFF because I went to the Emmys and I worked the Emmys. And overall, I thought the show was so. As far as the winners, I was disappointed because I was really hoping that the Parasite effect at the Oscars with going for something big and bold and fresh and new would carry over into the Emmys, and that did not happen. So let's take a look at our very first category here, which is Outstanding Drama Series. We all wanted it to go to Squid Game, and it went for the second time, not in 2 years, but it skipped a year. It went to Succession from HBO. Jeff, what was your take on Succession winning?
I mean, I guess the smart money was on Succession all along. I didn't want to believe it because I don't really, love the show or whatever. But 25 nominations, hard to argue with. Obviously, Hollywood watches the show. It's only getting like 2 million views a week or something like that. There was a huge map in the Ankler about, state by state, what gets more searched more. The Yellowstone... Right, or Succession, and it was Yellowstone for 50 out of 50. So, because it's on HBO, it has like this inflated maybe popularity or sense of importance, and that's what I thought would work against it. But clearly, I was wrong. Hollywood loves it.
Well, I gotta say, it's the same game with films and Oscars too. It's like automatically when you come to the table with a certain kind of package, you're already given the assumption that you are a potential contender.
Right. Well, I gotta say that when it comes to the Emmys, with all of the network shows, all of the cable shows, and certainly all of the streaming shows, all of the nominations were spread out to a very, very select few of shows. So either people just are overwhelmed and they're just not watching the good stuff, which is maybe why a show like Yellow Jackets, which got nominations, but not the big wins that especially Perri you were hoping for. I feel like, that's a detriment, is that there's too much content and people are just going with the tried and true, which is why you had some of the winners go to previous winners instead of going for something different, like Succession winning over Squid Game. And but at least Perri Lee Jung-jae did win Best Actor in a Drama Series. We did predict Bob Odenkirk winning because it still is now 0 for 46, but it did go to Lee Jung-jae. Jeff, what do you got to say about that?
Is there a part 2 of Better Call Saul's last season that is now eligible next year too?
Correct.
Listen, this is why the Emmys drive me crazy. I had no idea about this. Why would I have predicted Better Call Saul to win that it's eligible?
Well, you didn't do your homework, but yes, it is eligible for one more year, which is, look, who knows? I have to say, people are saying, oh, it'll win next year, but we have no idea what new shows are going to pop up between now and next summer. So I think to already put Better Call Saul in the bag for like Outstanding Drama Series and Lead Actor, I don't think that's a wise move. But Perri, what was your take? I think I know the answer to this about Lee Jung-jae winning over Bob Odenkirk.
I mean, I was happy about it. He's the one that I've been picking all along and really rooting for too. And, not to say that others in the category aren't deserving, but I wanted to see Lee Jung-jae win this award, and he very much did. And especially after I found out that it didn't win the drama series award, I really wanted it to take another big one, and it clearly did. And I am very excited, and I won't say that Better Call Saul is the front runner to win next year, but I feel pretty strongly that it's going to repeat all these nominations then.
Oh, that's fair assessment. Sure, Jeff.
I'm just trying to explain my predict. Like Rhea Seehorn, of course I thought she was going to win for the show's last season. You're telling me it's not the last season? I had no idea this entire time.
Okay. Well, when it comes to our second season of Emmy FYC, we will be much better informed when it comes to making our predictions. But meanwhile, Outstanding Actress in a Drama Series, winning her second Emmy in a drama series, the youngest actress in this category to win 2 Emmys for Outstanding Actress in a Drama Series. Zendaya wins again. Perri, what's your take of that?
I can't argue with that. I mean, you both know that I might have been really rooting for Melanie Linsky in particular because I wanted to see some Yellow Jackets wins, but Zendaya is like jaw-droppingly amazing in Euphoria. I mean, she's got a couple of episode sequences where it's not just some of the best work of this particular season of television, it's some of the best performance work I've ever seen. So this was a very well-deserved win here.
I agree. Jeff?
Yeah, well-deserved. Didn't think that Laura Linney really had the stuff to overthrow her.
I know in my heart. Let's see. Laura Linney is my Melanie Linsky, okay? Because that's where my heart was. But regardless, moving on to supporting actor in a drama series, we picked Park Hae-soo for Squid Game, and it went to Matthew McFadden for Succession. Jeff,
did we pick Park? I don't think we picked him. Did we?
I think I had him circled. Oh no, we picked Kieran Culkin. Sorry.
We definitely went with a Succession actor.
Okay, so this is one of the supporting victory laps I get to take since I thought Matthew McFadden was going to take this. Again, don't watch the show. It was just out there in the air. I feel like he's been a major contributor to that ensemble, and it's I guess it was nice to see him recognized.
Perri?
Yeah. I really like his character in Succession. I'm still a little more taken by Kieran Culkin's work on the show. So if I were voting, I'd probably pick Park Hae-soo, who an Emmy nomination is still a mighty fine thing to get to show off for your hard work. But his performance in particular in that 6th episode is just next level stuff. So I would have picked him, but I'm happy to see him win.
Yes, I agree. Supporting actress in a drama series. I mean, I kind of called this personally that Julia Garner was going to get it for Ozark, and she did. Her 3rd Emmy win in this category, playing for Ozark. We picked Rhea Seehorn for Better Call Saul. Again, Jeff, I get where you're coming from. Next year, again, better informed. But Perri, what do you think?
Can I just say that even knowing that this wasn't its last shot wouldn't have changed my predictions. I mean, better. And I think we even brought that up at one point too. It was almost, I think I might have made the same argument when I was, maybe this is a bad thing to bring up at this point, but when I was trying to make an argument for Sadie Sink getting a nomination, is the idea of a show coming out throughout voting and everything keeps it fresh on people's minds. So I still felt pretty damn good about my Better Call Saul predictions, but next year we're going to be able to repeat that same type of narrative, and maybe it will have a better shot because it really is the end.
I just thought Julia had won a couple times before, and I didn't love that last season, but you know what? She's one of the best characters on TV, Ruth Langmore, and that's ultimately what it came down to there.
Absolutely, and the good news for Better Call Saul is that Ozark will not be nominated for next year, and Better Call Saul will. Let's move on to Outstanding Comedy Series, where it went to what we predicted, which was Ted Lasso, even though I have to say, so I was doing my last minute predictions live on KTLA, and I changed my mind at the last minute. Literally on live TV, I said I was going to pick Ted Lasso, and at the last moment, I went with Abbott Elementary, and I was wrong. But Ted Lasso did get it. We predicted it here on FYC, and Jeff, what do you think? I mean, do you think that maybe Abbott Elementary should have gotten it?
Again, I don't watch the show. I just wonder if there were a lot of people who docket points or whatever for being a network show. Like they don't even watch it because it's a network sitcom, right? Is that the issue, that not enough people in the Academy are watching it? I mean, it did win, some major awards, which we're going to get to. But Ted Lasso is just such a juggernaut for Apple. It's synonymous with the brand in the same way that like The Sopranos or Game of Thrones were synonymous with HBO, and that's tough to compete with. Apple really put its money behind that one, even more so than Severance.
For sure. Perri, what do you think?
I think one of my big questions here with the whole network TV conversation is like, what does it even matter anymore? Like, even if a show is broadcast, it immediately goes to a streaming service, and this one goes to Hulu. So,
Yeah.
like, what's really the difference ultimately anymore?
That's a
Like,
good point.
if anything, then you get like a double dose of opportunities to catch a show. You can be a part of the live viewing if you want, or you can binge the whole thing on a streaming platform. I don't know.
No, you're totally right. You're totally, you know what? It's absolutely right, Perri.
But
Yeah, you're right.
this win to me was like one of the biggest like does of the evening. I understand some things did have a chance, but like Ted Lasso, you just really can't compete with that right now.
I agree. And look, I mean, you're absolutely right about Abbott Elementary.
Except in a different category.
Just because Abbott Elementary is on ABC and, like broadcast networks are not what they used to be. I mean, it's streaming on Hulu. So even if you don't have ABC, or if you don't care to watch ABC, and you're watching all your stuff on Hulu, because we had some winners from Hulu winning tonight in other categories. That whole thing, oh, it's a network, it doesn't really fly because it is available on a streaming service eventually. Moving on to Outstanding Actor in a Comedy Series. Of course, Jason Sudeikis is 2 for 2 in that category as well. And Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, I just thought that was a gimme. Didn't really think he had much competition.
Perri?
I think I had like a hot second where I'm like, Bill Hader, and then quickly went back to Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah. I mean, look, Jason Sudeikis, all the arguments, all the things you said about Ted Lasso being a juggernaut obviously applied to Jason as well. Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series. We predicted Jean Smart to win. She won her second Emmy in a row. So Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis, Jean Smart all won their second Emmys in a row. Perri, what's your take on Jean Smart in that one?
This one felt like a big old duh kind of prediction to me too. I think I've stuck with Jean Smart since day one.
Jeff, I agree with that, Perri. Jeff? Yep, layup. All right. Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series did go to Ted Lasso, but not who we predicted, or at least not who Jeff and I predicted, which was Taib Jamil. It went to the Perri Nemiroff favorite, which is Brett Goldstein, also winning his second Emmy in a row. Jeez, Perri, how happy are you?
I hate to sound like a total jerk, but I told you so.
Yeah, you did. You sure did. Absolutely. Jeff?
I was a little surprised, but yeah, I mean, everybody loves Roy Kent, and he did have, a great arc this season. I just, I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe in Taib. But I did call. I know, we all definitely thought Hannah Waddingham was going to win. But if you go back and watch the episode, folks, I did mention Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Yes, you did. Cheryl Lee Ralph winning for Abbott Elementary. I mean, she is a legend, decades in this business, winning her first Emmy for Abbott Elementary. And her acceptance speech or acceptance song was one of the best Emmy moments, not just of the night, but ever in Emmy history. She was marvelous. It was the high point of the night, or one of a few high points of Emmy night, was Cheryl Lee Ralph's acceptance speech for winning for Abbott Elementary for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Let's move on to Outstanding Limited Series, which, as we predicted, The White Lotus. Jeff?
But before we dive into Limited Series, I do want to say Quinta Brunson did win an Emmy for writing, right?
And you called that too.
Yeah. See.
Yes. Jeff called that. I said Jeff called that Quinta Brunson, maybe she won't win for the show or for her performance, but she'll win for writing, and that's exactly what happened.
Limited Series, yes. White Lotus, I think it was different enough. It stood out from this crop of nominees, and I was really happy to see Mike White do as well as he did.
I agree. Perri?
It's a frustrating feeling to be disappointed, but also know that The White Lotus was a deserving winner. Y'all know how I felt about Dope Sick. I think it should have won, but yeah, I mean, the White Lotus win makes sense, and I really dug the show, so I'm happy for him.
Well, where Dope Sick did win was where we all
Yes.
predicted for outstanding actor in a limited series from Michael Keaton, for all the reasons that Perry you have brought up in previous episodes of FYC, and not the surprise there. I feel like that was a dumb moment. Michael Keaton winning outstanding actor in a limited series. Jeff.
Yeah, another kind of obvious one. Again, I still have to finish a few more episodes of Dope Sick, but from what I saw, Michael Keaton was absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. Outstanding actress in a limited series. Also another dub moment going to Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout. And, we predicted that too. At least we're now we're doing strong here. Our winners did come through. Jeff, your take on Amanda Seyfried winning for The Dropout.
Yeah, she was amazing, and I just thought she was head and shoulders above everybody else.
I agree completely. She was like by episode 3, I'm like, oh, she's winning the Emmy. Perry.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled for her. It's such a deserving win, right? The second I saw like even a single episode of that show, I'm like, it's over.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. It's over. Supporting actor in a limited series, Murray Bartlett for The White Lotus. I mean, just if there's one moment that like is still etched in my mind, a moment that I wish I could unsee, but Murray Bartlett's performance was absolutely deserving, and we did predict that he would win supporting actor in a limited series. Perry, what's your take on that?
I was rooting for Michael Stuhlbarg, but I'm happy Murray Bartlett got it. He was the front runner. It is a deserving win.
Absolutely, Jeff.
Yeah, same thing. Him and Jennifer Coolidge, who's obviously next up.
Mhm.
I thought they were both fantastic. They were the anchors of that ensemble, which was just so impressive. Hats off to the casting director behind that show. And we're gonna get to see Jennifer Coolidge again in season 2. I do hope that we maybe see Murray Bartlett in some kind of cameo. It'd be cool if they were keeping that under wraps.
Are they going to have like a completely new, like it's got to be like a whole new thing,
It's
not gonna
in
be
Italy. It's in Italy with a whole new cast, including Michael Imperioli, because HBO is, if there's any network that takes care of its own and takes care of its stars, it's HBO.
For sure. And like you mentioned, Jeff, outstanding supporting actress in a limited series, Jennifer Coolidge for The White Lotus. So deserved. I mean, I really felt like, halfway through watching White Lotus, I'm like, wow, she's going to win an Emmy for this. And she did. And we predicted it. You already talked about that. Perry, what's your take on Jennifer Coolidge?
I get it. I wanted to see Caitlin Dever win it, but Jennifer Coolidge is so good in that role.
I got to say that for our very first time covering the Emmys on FYC, I think we did pretty good. I know there were some, we went with our heart on a couple things, and that's okay because we do that with the Oscars too. But I have to say that overall, regardless of where we missed on some of these things, I have to say that the conversations that we had throughout this season on FYC covering the Emmys has really been amazing. And I hope both of you feel the same way, and I hope everyone watching FYC here on Perri Nemiroff's YouTube channel, which is your cue to stop what you're doing and make sure you hit subscribe in the subscribe location if you haven't already subscribed to Perri's channel. You are missing out, so make sure you do that right now.
Nance,
Jeff,
do you want to hear some exciting news?
Sure.
I haven't said this on a single video yet because it happened during Toronto and I didn't even realize. This channel now has 40,000 plus subscribers.
Wow.
Milestone. And it's because
go.
of the contributions you two have made to this channel. So thank you for being part of it. And thanks to everybody watching for contributing to that number too.
I'm going to put it on my resume for sure.
Yes.
I would say, we did pretty well this season. I think it's harder to predict the Emmys because not everyone has seen everything.
Yeah.
Unlike, I feel like the Oscars where it's much easier to see all the nominated things. And the other thing is like, when you think of what wins Oscars, it's movies that are released sort of, towards the end of the eligibility period, right? October to December. The White Lotus came out like 13 months ago. It came out last August or something like that, which is wild. To have that kind of staying power, you see very few Oscar contenders do that, although Coda did last year. But anyways, it was an honor to do it. I had fun, and I feel like I learned a lot about shows and what you guys are passionate about, and I got some good tips. So I got to go finish Yellow Jackets and Severance and all that stuff.
For sure. I definitely feel like doing, I mean, in addition to this being a whole lot of fun, getting to continue the FYC with both of you and having the support of everybody watching and everyone supporting Perri's channel. Congratulations on over 40,000 subscribers. That's amazing news. But also just to get in that mindset, which is a different mindset than film season, then Oscar season. So while we are all wearing black to mourn the end of Emmy season officially here on FYC, the good news is that we are already rolling right into film season, into Oscar season. And between the three of us, we have seen a whole lot of movies that we are going to be talking about on the next episode of FYC, where we're going to talk about the best of the fests, plural fests, festivals, and we're going to compile what could be maybe a very early, maybe an early best picture predictions list of the 10 movies that could be nominated. We'll have to see, but that will be coming soon on the very next episode of FYC, because we are just about to get started on film season. So make sure you share this final Emmy episode on all of your social platforms. Make sure people know about FYC. Make sure you are following me and Perri and Jeff on social media. And again, make sure you subscribe. Get more subscribers here on Perri's channel. That would be amazing. And we are all very excited to roll right into Oscar season. So until the next episode of FYC, this is a hearty FY. See you later.